Black men get the white women that other white men genuinely do not want. You don't get the top of the line white women. You don't. You get leftovers. Look at most of our celebrities. They did not marry women who came from the richest white families. Black money and white money don't behave the same. New black money will jump on any poor white girl and make her a billionaire, Tiger Woods. Rich white woman, rich white money doesn't operate that way. No interracial relationship is acceptable because we have too many black women who are unmarried. Black women are the largest population on the planet Earth. If you can't find one in America, get it from Africa. If you can't get it from Africa, go to the Caribbean, go to Canada, go to Europe. Why would a black man need to copulate, build a family with anything other than a black woman when you have so many black women available? It is an exercise in self-hatred. There's no way to get around it.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as per the title, guys, you can see in today's video, we're going to be reacting to the King coming out here talking about, you guys aren't going to believe this. The King Safari came out here and told us how his feminine, fit, and friendly, spicy Latina, aka Erica Mena, was violating him behind the scene. What? No. You're telling me this woman ain't being the little damsel in distress that y'all continuously come out here and paint them to be? Oh, okay. Nonetheless, guys, as y'all can see, in today's video, we're going to be reacting to the self-hating King talking about everything that he's been going through at the hands and feet of his preference, spicy Latina. So let's jump into it, guys.
I don't even know where to start.
Oh, okay. Start from the beginning.
But I'm putting everything out there because
Please do.
the fact that people, even whether you know me or not, there still has to be like a certain level of common sense when it comes to just being a judge of character. And this has nothing to do with TV at all, none of that.
Okay.
Like this is real life because kids are involved. And this deadbeat narrative, it's like
very, very, very hard to believe, right? Because we have never seen these preference come out here and calling these King deadbeat, right? This is something unheard of. This is why we have to listen to what this non-dead meat dad had to say.
It's just so jarring to me. It does give me a headache sometimes, but then I'm pretty good at just brushing things off. But
you are good at that.
People who know me and especially know my situation, they're like, yo, how long are you gonna stay quiet? And I just, I be sparing people. And then at the same time, it's like, yo, it's nobody's business, but I feel like...
Isn't it quite interesting how these people, they will continuously come out here, create content, they will put their entire life out there for us, the public, to watch. But then whenever we, the public who's watching the content that y'all decided that y'all were going to release, isn't it quite interesting how they love to say, oh, it is none of y'all business. Why do y'all continue to insert yourself in situation that has nothing to do with y'all? Well, Safari, DDG, the reason why we continue to have an opinion is because y'all decide that y'all were going to make your life for the public. Therefore, us as the public, us as consumer, whenever we feel like we want to add our 2 cents to it, FYI, that is precisely what we're going to do.
Everybody just feels like they know my business, and if it's reported, it's news, and that it's the truth and it's real. But I'm pretty sure that, there's some men out there who could relate to this. And when it comes to being a father in a co-parenting situation where somebody wants to have full control of every single thing, and they
What? What? You're telling me this spicy Latina who is non combative, who is continuously being this little damsel in distress, who basically just sit there and listen to everything that these king have to say and don't ever talk back. You're telling me she wants to be controlling? She wants to be in charge of everything? I find that a little hard to believe. And the only reason why I find that a little hard to believe is what y'all continuously continue to put out here about these
can't
preference.
have control. It's just not gonna be a easy transition. Especially when the other person is just used to it
Oh,
being
she's
one
used
way
to
or very
controlling.
controlling or
Interesting.
still wanting the whole family dynamic, and it's not there anymore. But I
Oh, she
love my
still want to be
kids,
married? I think
and
that's what he's saying there.
it's gotten to the point that I I have to put myself first because I'm either gonna end
I
up.
do have to say, guys, this is what I continue to talk about. One thing that we as women, a note that we can take from men is that they're always gonna put themselves first because regardless of him coming out here basically taking his preference through the ringers, you all know that these males, they will never take any type of accountability, even though this man has literally disrespected her throughout their entire relationship, then marriage. Now he has the audacity to come out here and say that he has to put themselves first. And precisely why I continue to say us as women, this is something that I truly feel that we should take and learn from these males.
In jail
Wow,
or
look at
worse,
that.
because I'm dealing with someone whose anger management is just.
Not the spicy Latina needing anger management. What? So you're telling me she's not being this little damsel in distress that y'all continue to talk about them being? Quite interesting.
I first moved to
Wow.
Florida.
I mean,
I
everybody knows she's
remember
unstable.
I got a 2-bedroom condo, and the first time I had my kids come over there after my divorce, and I started the whole visitation, and having my kids for the days I was having them. When
Okay, doing
my
your
kids
job.
first came over in my condo,
You created those kids. Take care of them. You don't get a cookie for that.
it made me so depressed because I was
Oh
like, yo,
no. Oh no. Do I see tears coming on here? Hey guys, I know this is not a laughing matter, but the only reason why I continuously come out here and talk about these meal and their very treasonous, despicable behavior that they continue to put out here, it is precisely because of this reason. These male, they would go, they will tell these women, oh, you're so much better than black woman. Oh, I want to have kids that are gonna have good hair. If you guys do remember when Erica Mena was pregnant with one of their child and she asked him what he would like the kid to get from her, basically he said that quote unquote good hair, basically shaming black woman within the whole attempt, because unfortunately Nicki Minaj, the queen of rap, decided that she was gonna waste over a decade of her precious life with this clown hair. So then he was telling Erica Mena how he wasn't used to seeing real hair, used to seeing real scalp, which we know is cap because Nicki Minaj, I'm pretty sure if you guys are a fan of hers, Nicki has very long, beautiful black hair that is all the way on her back. So we already know whenever these males get with these non-selected group of women, we already know that their reasoning is always having to do with us as black women. Nonetheless, let's continue.
they just, I felt like they were so confined, and I didn't feel good about it. And I said, yo, I gotta get a house. I need a house. I can't have my kids running around in this condo and hurting themselves and it's just not being a fit to raise, 2 children. co-parenting setup. And I found my house. And I'm gonna be all the way blunt and
That's
straight
what
up
we
with it.
want.
You know what I'm saying? Like I got this house because
Bring it
of
on.
my kids. I got this house for my kids. Seeing my kids be here running around, it's the best feeling, you know? You know, when you have children with somebody who, at the end of the day,
No. Say it. When you have children with someone that you know for a fact that can erase your quote unquote African features, this is the consequences, because no one is going to convince me that prior to him impregnating his spicy Latina, that he didn't saw some type of crazy from her. But like I have told you guys for the longest, these men will literally overlook all of the red flag, all because of the self-hatred that they have for themselves whenever they look in the mirror. This is why they will continuously be out here chasing after these women, only to put them through the ringers.
it shouldn't even have happened, because I should have just noticed certain things when it came to parenting. You know, when
Sure you
you're
did.
with someone
You
for
ignore it.
3 years and they have a child, and you probably saw the child 3 to 4 times because the child was put off to go live with somebody else. And
At the moment, you probably was happy because, you and her didn't really had any kid at that moment. So she wasn't really out here being a responsible adult, taking care of the child that she already had. She were basically around here shading Nicki Minaj, going to Jamaica with you. And now that even though you saw all of those red flags, you just wanted to go and wanted to impregnate her, also that your kids can get her quote unquote good hair. So guess what, Safari? Now you have to deal with those consequences. Why didn't you choose better?
you know, you kind of look past it when you don't have kids or you're not thinking about that. I never
course you
even
do.
was like, yo,
No, you look past it for good hair. Remember.
why doesn't your son live here? And then when you finally get to have a conversation with the son and find out why, it's crazy. You know, imagine speaking to a child who's of age and knows what's going on. He's 16 years old. And he says,
I didn't know that.
if I ever had to live with my mother, I would kill myself.
Whoa, that's wild. Do y'all believe him?
I wouldn't make that up.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Thanks for clarifying.
And it sucks that I gotta like really just run this down because of this smear campaign and somebody who gets such a high on just talking about me and picking and choosing what kids you want to, have on the forefront and get whatever extra attention you get off of it. So I kind of just looked past certain things and
because she's spicy
thought
Latina.
that, maybe I could help and make things better.
How?
But when you aren't with somebody and it doesn't work out and the two of you are just like in a weird space and everything is a fight, especially in front of the kids, like I'm not going to subject myself to that.
Wow.
My kids have
Throwing
never,
everything down.
ever seen me upset. My kids have never heard me yell.
You're dead to me. Yeah, you are too. You is dead. You're gonna leave me more than I need you. No. Before I need you. Remember that. Nice flow, Linda. Yeah, go ahead. You too, bitch. Go ahead.
Wow.
Go ahead. Because your other 2 kids are gonna be miserable just like you.
Indeed.
No, fuck all of y'all. Jerk off.
The
Go
kids are
ahead.
in the car.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And she's doing it.
All
Look,
because
she's
of you.
angry. She's upset.
All
She should.
because of you.
She
All
shouldn't
because
be
of you.
I
driving with the
don't argue.
kids.
That's just not in me.
But again, Safari,
But, on the
you
other
chose your
hand,
baby
the other
mama.
side,
Blame yourself.
they don't operate or think the way I do. And when I have my kids and someone is pretty much trying to police and parent and like watch every single thing I'm doing and call, oh, who's there? Well, what's going on? It's just so unhealthy, so excessive, to the point where it just creates a lot of issues.
Oh, I can imagine.
Like, you can't pick and choose when it's okay to say, okay, the kids are good, and then if we're not, in a good space, then it's a issue. I've taken my kids to Jamaica. If I was such a bad parent, nobody's gonna let a man take the kids to Jamaica by myself. I didn't have no help.
He
And I
do
want
have a
biscuit
point
for it.
there.
I did it. It
Well, no, I
just
don't give
it just
Dusties
creates
any credit, but he do
such
have a point.
a level of toxicity that it's better to just be like, you know what? I'm gonna deal with this through the courts, and when this thing gets sorted out how it's supposed to be sorted out, then okay, we'll figure it out.
Not the king having to take his spicy, non-combative, feminine, fit, and friendly Latina to the court. Like, what? Interesting.
So for the past, few months, that's what I've been dealing with when it came to, looking for lawyers and just trying to figure out this whole thing, because my
Should've
original
chose better.
standing order for this child support and the visitation and all of that, everything.
I think that is it right there. Y'all know that they love chasing down these preferences, but they never at the end want to pay that preference tax. He just mentioned child support. And to be honest, guys, I feel like that is the real issue here, because regardless of him coming out here saying, I bought a house because I wanted my kids to be safe when they were around me. I'm a good dad. I'm not a deadbeat. I think at the end of the day, it is all about child support, because we already know, apart from these males don't really liking these women that they continuously put out here and pedestalize, we already know for the most part these men don't like kids either. So I truly feel like deep down, this is what it is more about, child support. Safari, you should have chose better. Now you have to pay that preference tax.
It originated from Georgia. We moved to Florida. When we moved to Florida, everything has to get transferred over. It just got transferred over like this week. So now I get to find out what this new setup is going to be, because I refuse to go to her house
Why is that?
to pick up the kids. I
Why?
refuse. I'm not. It's just too unstable, too unpredictable, and the only way I would do it is either a police precinct, or if the kids are somewhere else and I'm picking them up from there.
Okay.
But everything is just
It's
done
not as
off
dumb
of
as I
spite
anticipated.
and being malicious intent on the other end. Me, I don't move like that. I don't live like that.
Poor kids.
When
They
people
have to
look at me,
endure all of this.
I don't look like I'm carrying stress. I don't look like I'm losing weight.
The jab.
I don't look like I'm just harboring so much hate inside me that it physically begins to show.
These men literally would put you through the ringers. They will leave you out in the desert, desperate for water, and then they will try to play reverse psychology and having you believe that it's your own fault. I'm pretty sure what he just said about her stress showing physically, it is because y'all do remember, I think it was probably at the end of last year or at the beginning of this year, when they had, prior to her getting fired, they had a reunion on Love and Hip Hop, and y'all remember she went viral because it was unbelievable how this woman had changed prior to her getting with her king and after her getting with her king. So that was the job that he just took on her, basically saying that she's so malicious, that she's so stressed out, that it's now physically showing on her. These male, the audacity. But hey, you should have chose better. Preference, this is the male that you decided that you wanted to get married to. This is the male that you decided that after he told you that y'all have your first kids, that he didn't want a second one because you had gotten too fat, you still decide that you were going to give him a second kid. So once again, y'all made this mess. Now y'all have to deal with the consequences.
And I'm a father, I'm a grown-ass man.
Of course.
When I have my kids in there with me, they're under my care. They don't have nothing to worry about.
Okay,
So I'm
you
not
don't
going to
gotta
have
cook it.
anybody acting like they need to know every single thing going on. When I was filming Love and Hip Hop, Miami, and I had my kids here, calling, oh, where the kids at? What they do? Oh, you better not be filming with the kids. Oh. First of all, I've never filmed with the kids ever by myself on Love and Hip Hop. They're not a part of my storyline. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm not gonna be in the park pushing the kids, playing. Oh yeah, like of course they wanted to see me film with them, but you know, both parents have to sign off on that, and you know that wasn't happening. And
No, we don't know, but now you just told us.
you know, the last instant of when we had a transfer with the kids, it was, she called me and said, hey, I'm in the area. I could save you a trip. I could come pick the kids up. And I'm tired and I don't want to do the drive. And it was like really like early in the morning or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. I let her in, lay down in the kids' room. One of the kids was in there. Next kids was laying with me in my room. And when she gets up, she's like, she wants to have a conversation with me. I'm like, okay, let's talk.
Okay.
As soon as she starts talking, is yelling, screaming, all of that. I said, yo, look, I'm not doing that. And if you can't talk to me normally in front of the kids, where the kids don't realize that we're having a discussion about something that we're not agreeing on, then I'm not having it. Oh, I don't give a F, blah, 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 all this yelling, whatever. So I'm like, okay, forget it. Just, you know, you here, pick them up, you can leave. And in my face, all of that, blah, 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 and all that. So I'm like, all right, you don't want to leave. I call the cops. I'm on the phone with the cops. I'm telling them, hey, you know, before this escalates, I would like police presence here because I want her to leave. Filming me calling the cops. Okay, I'm calling the cops. You're filming me. You're the one with the anger management problem just going off. So break stuff up in the house, has the kids running over glass, breaking stuff up outside.
Wow. And he is smart enough to record all of this stuff. So maybe that can help him in court to get custody. But we already know these men don't want full custody because they don't like kids. They don't want to take care of their kids. Wow.
After that, I just was like, you know what? If I can't pick up my kids in a place that is like a drop-off point or a police precinct, I'm not picking them up because I'm not going to her house ever again in life. My daughter, she has an iPad. I'm blocked on the iPad.
Oh, really?
My daughter's 4 years old. She doesn't know how to block people. She doesn't even know how to text.
Of course not. Or maybe she
Childish,
does.
just like BS like that. So I'm like, okay. The next time I got my kids after that, before that, when I went and I was gonna get a restraining order, cause
Not
you
a
know she's
restraining order.
doing stuff like showing up in my crib 5 o'clock in the morning, pulling out a ladder, hopping the fence.
Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God!
She has a ladder? Wow. This woman is really demented. She's really psycho. Wow, now she's at the door? Oh, look at the feminine and friendly
Banging on my
preference.
windows.
Wow.
My son's birthday party was like a month after that. No, like it was a while after that. And then when I went to the party, they said, hey, you want a restraining order, but you went to a party, she was there, so you must not be in that much fear. Right. So I had to drop that case. And this is me having to have 2 different lawyers. So this is 2 separate lawyers for one lawyer for that, and another lawyer for this whole family court thing. And next time I got them, it was
Pay
for, beginning of the summer. And I was like, yo, I'll keep the kids for the summer. Let me know. My mother and my sister's here. They love being around them. They want to be around them. That's the issue. I can't reach my daughter's iPad. Pickup situation isn't sorted out. So when I finally do get them, I sign them up for summer camp. She gets so mad at me for signing them up for summer camp.
Why?
There's a summer camp by my house. She lives 40 minutes away from me.
Why did she get mad?
Summer camp. I'm like, cool, I got them. Let me at least do that. Because, they were here. And my mother was like, yo, you can't just be having them here playing, whatever. She was like, they need some, structure.
Yeah.
Sign them up for summer camp. I was like, you know what? That's a good idea. I signed them up for the summer camp. I paid for it. I paid $2,000 to put them in summer camp.
Okay. What did you
They
want
went to
me
summer
to pay
camp
for
for
it?
3 days
That's what you're supposed to do, man.
because she had such an issue with me putting them in summer camp by my house. And was like, why did I talk to her? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, I have the kids. They're under my watch and care. I want to put them in a summer camp by me. And
Guys, I'm gonna leave it there because, quite frankly, he isn't really gonna say anything else that we can't already predict. And this is precisely why I continue to say, Black woman, go out here, explore your option. These male are a walking contradiction. They will pedestalize these women. They will say how these women are everything that you're not, only for then when they get these women, when they impregnate them, basically we know that this is something that these males have been saying for themselves. They will intentionally get women pregnant. Also now they can be bound to you for the rest of their life. And as you guys can see, regardless of the group of women, these males are trash. They can't be anything else. So unfortunately, Safari, you're telling us all about your business, and we already know that a few weeks or month from now, he's gonna come out here and say that people on the internet continue to be in his business. Once again, the only reason why we continue to talk about y'all and y'all preference that are feminine, fit, and friendly is because y'all continuously put your business out here. And guess what? Us as the general, us as the public, we're going to continue to talk about it. Once again, guys, not necessarily anything new, just a self-hating black male coming out here saying that regardless of him pedestalizing his spicy Latina, aka Erica Mena, he basically wanted us to know that she was kicking his ass behind closed doors. Once again, guys, this is all that I have to say on this whole situation. What do you guys think about the king coming out here and exposing his spicy Latina? What are your thoughts and opinion? Or please get in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.
Black women, it's time to hold ourselves accountable because we are reaping what we sowed. We have lied and gassed black men up for centuries, letting them think that they are kings with no kingdoms, letting them think that they are the emperor when they are naked. And now we are dealing with the consequences of those actions. Instead of being honest with black men and requiring them to do better for not only themselves, but the community that they helped create, we have allowed them to tear it apart and then put it back together quietly behind their backs and then still let them get the credit for it.